So I'm deciding to do a reading today on my desk. Rinse my hands. I already washed them, of course. So I'm gonna just go over what I was being told in my head before I pull any cards. Right now, you are letting go. It's like a letting go phase. I'm gonna add some light. See my nails? My crosses and hearts and roses and jewels and angels and butterflies and more jewels. The same thing here. I wanted this hand to be the same, but I will have to change this one to over here and change this one to over here and this one to over here. But they're not coming off, so whatever. Anyway, while I'm doing my little makeup, not my little makeup though, but while I do my makeup, I'm going to talk to you about what I've been channeling. So my hair keeps getting caught. That's the only thing I don't like about these nails. My hair gets caught on my nails. But anyway, it's my first time wearing like jewel. I don't normally wear jewel nails, but these I couldn't resist. And I have to be in the mood to wear long nails. So it's not like it comes and goes. But anyway, I'm channeling that right now you are in not like so much of a purging energy, like maybe it's half purge and half spiritual cleaning. You know, so there is some physicalities that you do need to clean up. And then there's some things that you're not entertaining anymore. Like people, places, things. You're evolving. You're not doing the same things that you used to do anymore. And that's not necessarily an easy thing to do. You know? And I can relate to that because when I had moved from my hometown to where I am now, it was very, very, I'm not going to say painful, but it wasn't an easy, smooth transition like any of my other moves. Like, this ain't the first time I ever moved, you know, but it's the first time that I've ever moved where I'm at. Like, I'm not in the territories that I'm used to being in, if that makes any sense. So it wasn't an easy transition. It was like, I was like homesick. And I was going through like this breakthrough of some kind. Hold on. And I knew I should have got my clip. I knew I should have. And I ignored myself. But, it was like this big energy shift that I'm not familiar with. I've never experienced that before. I've lived in all different types of towns, you know, but like I said, the towns that I'm used to living in are neighboring like where I grew up at. So it was like either the same county or the county right next to it. It was never like 30 or 40 minutes away. Let's just put it that way. So 30 or 40 minutes can make a big difference, you know. And your life period, of where you're at, what you experience, the type of people that are around. So you're going through some type of change where the people are different. The environment is not what you're used to, but you're finding your way through it because you're not the type of person that gives up. You're not the type of person that is afraid of change. It was just, or what's happening is the change is so big that you're blown away. It's almost like you didn't think it was going to happen, but it's happening. And because it's happening, it's changing you. I mean, we all anticipate, certain things that we want to happen, right? And we all anticipate certain things that we know we deserve. But then when it comes to fruition, it's like we weren't really ready for everything to come to pass. And it's not because we don't believe. It's just, it happened so fast that it was Godspeed. And you needed a moment to just kind of take it in because it all was happening so fast and vastly. And just, I mean, at least for me, at the moment, it just felt like it wasn't going to come to fruition. And I mean, obviously, I would have accepted, right, if I couldn't have moved to where I'm at now. I would have just had to accept that, right, and just make do where I was. But something kept telling me to challenge the boundaries that were in my way. Challenge the boundaries and to listen to my intuition, which is practice. That doesn't happen, overnight. Listening to your intuition, that takes great, great practice. It's not something that's easy to, basically just listening to yourself. That takes practice because sometimes we have the mind voice that talks to the spirit and doubts what the spirit is telling you to do. Like, for example, and I've always, anybody that knows me, I use these little things as examples. For example, if you leave the house and the Weather Channel said that it's a chance of rain, but the chances are maybe 30-40%. So you thinking, I don't need my umbrella. But then your intuition or your second mind is saying, just take the umbrella just in case it rains. And you're like, the mind is like, but why? You don't need it. It's not raining right now. You're not going to need it. Just leave it. Talks you out of it. Instead of being safe, having the umbrella, whether it rains or not, you will be prepared. But then you listen to that voice that talks you out of it. So when I say it takes practice to listen to your intuition, that's what that is. Listening to the safer voice or the safer advice that makes sense. Not listening to the voice that is talking you out of it. So whether it rains or not, yeah, you may have had to lug a little umbrella around, but you know what? If it would have rained, you would thank yourself. You would thank yourself and say, I'm so glad I listened to myself. Or I'll use another example. And these are little small things that lead up to the big things of listening to yourself. Okay? These are the small things that you have to practice on that will get you to where you need to be as far as listening to yourself. We all have cell phones, so this is another identifying Example, when you tell yourself to take your charger, your spirit is saying, take the charger. Take the charger. You might need it. Oh, your phone is on 100% right now. You don't need it. Wherever you go, you're like, I'll be fine. Blah, blah, blah. Things don't go as according to plan. Somehow you on your phone all day, normal than usual. You use up all of your battery. Now you only got 10%. Your phone is telling you only got 10% because it's like alerting you like whatever you're doing is, your phone's going to die. But there was warning before you left to take the charger. So it's better to be safe than sorry. It's better to have it and not need it than not have it and need it. So these are the things that you are starting to incorporate into your daily routines, into your life, and just, living a way more less stressed life, because that's very, very important, to do things that, or to stay away from things that stress you out. And that's including listening to your intuition. When you're not listening to yourself, how can you really listen to anybody else? I'm going to say it again. When you're not listening to yourself, how can you really listen to anybody else? That means that you're not making room to learn or to accept hard truths or to accept change or to be open to growing and changing, because you're not open to yourself. You're not even listening to yourself. So when somebody comes with powerful advice and something that could really take you to the next level mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, or even financially, which is physically or whatever, you can't even begin to listen because you're not listening to yourself. And what I see is you are really starting to listen to your intuition wholeheartedly without any interruptions. And that is a beautiful place to be. It really is, because it means that you're trusting God, you're trusting your spirit guides, you're trusting yourself, which helps you to trust God, your spirit guides, and those people that are in your inner circle that, you can listen to, learn from, and respect their opinion or how they feel about certain things or whatever it may be exactly for you. Okay? Which is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So, what comes with this is a lot of doubt, not from you, but from others outside, past people, past relationships, past haters. When you start to go through a spiritual change, old people start to come up. Old things start to come up because it's starting to get eclipsed out of your life. So, old people from the past will show up. Some of them to stay, some of them to stay for the season. Some of them with a message, and some of them with a learning lesson. Okay. So yesterday, I was messing around with these new cards that I got. And I was just, filling them out or whatever the case is. And I pulled some cards already, so I want to start there. Let me just put my magic rings on. And I will begin. And I just want to thank God, my angels, my ancestors, my spiritual tribe that is keeping me strong in my spot, that are continuing to support me and keep me safe and protected, despite what people may be saying about me, trying to do things that they're trying to send to me. I'm just really so grateful for my spiritual team, and I'm glad that I'm being led on this path, on this journey. I'm just grateful. So let's begin. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors. I ask for my spiritual team of the highest white light, because I am a light worker and a light worker only, to assist me in this reading for the collective today on October 3rd, Friday, October 3rd, 2025. Okay. Yes. So this is the deck. This is the deck. And I pulled another one. It says, and this was on the bottom, it says, I am thankful for all that nurture, that nature offers me. It says, I am thankful for all that nature offers me. Which means that you are understanding of what keeps us grounded, what's important when it comes to nature, and how nature works. Even if this is something new to you, but I think you've always known this. You've always known how powerful nature is. You've always known exactly what to do before this whole, witchy era started, so to speak, as far as like going and sitting in nature or sitting by the water. Like, it just came natural to you. It wasn't something that you had to learn. You already knew. And there's a lot of things that your spirit already knows that can't be explained. It's just in you. It's not on you. It's in you. It says, I do not fear the darkness. So goodbye to the days that dark things came your way and you didn't know how to handle them per se, or you used to feed into it. Goodbye are those dark days that used to pull you down energetically. You are no longer fearful of dark energy. Okay? I do not fear the darkness, because you have dealt with your shadow self. You're dealing with the things that you need to deal with as far as what's in you and your issues. Let's say, for example, you have a bad temper, which is what I have. I have a very hot temper. However, I've learned to manage it, and I've learned to not engage with things that trigger me. And when they come, to not react. So this is the same thing, same reason why you do not fear the darkness, because you've mirrored what things may or may not be wrong with you or different about you, or what may your issues be. you know, because we all know what our issues are. It's whether we share them or not, or admit to them or not. And sometimes it's not about admitting them to other people. It's about admitting it to yourself. It has nothing to do with anybody else. As long as you can admit them to yourself and work on it yourself, that's what's most important. It's not really about being an open book for the world all the time. And it's okay to be an open book for the world, but not all the time. This is where people could take advantage of you and try to destroy you. And, you know, I mean, it's like being a celebrity almost, but much more vulnerable than that, because you're being open with who you really are. And some people can't handle that because they're not all worthy of that part of you, if that makes sense. Not everybody's worthy of who you are deeply and need to know you on these deeper levels. However, you are no longer afraid of the darkness, though. You don't feel like you have to show your beauty to pipe down the dark energy that comes for you. To like, oh, well, I'm not dark, you know, so you don't have to attack me because I'm not trying to attack you. I'm not dark energy. You're like, you need to go sit down, or maybe you need a hug or something, or you know, it's like, miss me with that, like, not even entertaining it, boo, not even entertaining it. And look, it be trying to snag on you, and it, just like my nail did my hair just now, and you quickly get it off. Okay, I block all negativity on the path before me. And I wasn't even looking. I was just so focused on I do not fear the darkness. Okay? You are blocking this negativity by seeing what it is and not feeding into it. Seeing what it is and not feeding into it. Watching it from afar, watching it play out, watching it pass. Watching the weapons be formed but never prospering. Because no weapon formed against you may prosper ever, as long as you shall live. Especially unprovoked. Because we don't go bothering nobody. And that's why everybody feels the need to always bother us. It's like, well, I wonder what collective is up to. I wonder what they're doing and why they're so quiet and why they're not posting. And I need to go, throw some negative energy to see if, they're still the same piece of crap like me. Just because you used to match people's energy before doesn't make you like them. See, people get that misconstrued about you. Just because you can match energy does not make you the piece of low-life crap that those people are. That was provoked. When you are provoked, you are allowed to defend yourself. Okay? And people really get that twisted thing. You see, they crazy, they this, they that. You're provoking them. So you're just supposed to come around bullying everybody and everybody's just supposed to be bullied? No, who do you think you are? Absolutely the F not. I welcome the quiet wisdom of the moon to light my inner path. Once again, trusting nature. I am thankful for all that nature offers me. You know that moon energy got serious energy. You know the sun has serious energy. There's night energy and there's light energy, which also refers to working on your shadow self. It's lighting your inner path. Maybe you're starting to pay attention to the moon phases. Maybe you go and sit out in the moonlight. This is one thing I started doing. I started putting water out for the moon and even leaving it in the sunlight. So that has sunlight and moonlight energies. Okay? There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, these are all natural things. You may even struggle with the fact of what your spirituality is becoming, because it's not normal to you. It's not something you were raised on. It wasn't something that was taught to you. You are developing this through your walk with your spiritual guides and your spiritual team. And people have a lot of opinions about it, but you do not fear the darkness. You do not fear the fakeness. You're tired of hiding or pretending that you're not this spiritual being, and it's okay, because we all get backlash that are into just spirituality versus being religious. And then even those people attack each other too, because they act like they're better than each other. Which leads to one of my points. I had this, I was scrolling on Instagram and I found this post where this girl said, when you know that you're better than somebody, don't act like you're not. Like, it's okay to be better than other people. But she wasn't saying it in like an arrogant way. It was more so like, when people come for you, it's because they know that you're better than them. Especially when you're not bothering anybody. They're trying to drag you down because they know that you are above them. So this is the reason for you no longer being fearful of any type of darkness, because you know exactly how to deal with it now. You're not dealing with things the same way you used to deal with them. You're not handling people the way that they have handled you. You're handling people with grace, with killing people with kindness. You're handling people with dismissiveness, with unresponsiveness. Like, saying nothing is a response, for those that may be wondering. No response is a loud, very loud response. You are not worth the time or the energy. That is the response. I am not responding to your bullshit. I will stay quiet before I allow myself to step down and stoop to your whack ass level. So, I will break toxic habits and replace them with healthy ones. This is what I'm saying. We are not doing what we did in 2024 and 2025, boo. Okay? And going into 2026. I will break toxic habits and replace them with healthy ones. It's called growth. It's called, I'm not stagnated. I'm not a cut off tree. I had this dream a long time ago. And it makes so much sense now. And this is why it's important to journal. This is why it's important to keep in touch with your spiritual team, because they will remind you of things that you weren't even thinking about, especially having a sober mind. Now, you do what you want to do, right? Everybody has their vices. I'm getting to a point where I don't really need to lean on those old vices as much as I used to, because the powers that I thought that they possessed, they don't. It's not the real me. I don't need to drink to be myself, or to be vocal, or to have boundaries, or to express how I feel, or to hide how I feel, or to numb how I feel. So, I don't need to get high to do the same thing. I don't need to get high to be more vigilant, to feel people's energies, to, channel. That's what meditation is for. I mean, listen, and if you are going to do certain things, you need to do them with intention. Especially something like weed, right? For example. And I hope this is resonating, because I'm going off of what spirit is, I'm channeling through spirit. I don't even take credit for it. I give all the glory to God, for my ability to channel or prophesize or speak the truth or whatever it is, right? Speak the relatable truth. with any controlled substance like that, which they classified as that, I mean, it's something that God put here on the earth, right? But they demonized it for so long just to now make it something that is recreational. Anyway, there's a lot of history behind that. Not just the, society or the government or whatever, withholding it. Okay. I'm talking about from it being here, its properties, its medicinal properties, its spiritual properties. Okay. It was so demonized to now being something that is almost like a liquor store in every single corner. Now, when you start tapping into things like this, you have to have an intention because it's powerful. It's a psychedelic. Okay. It may not be as powerful as like maybe acid or LSD, but it changes the chemical compounds that are going on in your brain. Okay. It makes you channel into things, almost like you can read somebody's mind if you're that in tune. That doesn't happen for everybody because, like I said, their mind is everywhere else than where it needs to be. But if you are on your spiritual path and you're utilizing it as a means to answer certain questions, channel in a little deeper, I mean, who's to say that that's not okay, right? Because that's what it makes you do. It makes you see who people really are. It reveals a lot of things, sometimes scary truths. That's why it's not something that should be recreational. And I mean, that's subjective, right? I mean, as far as like reckless use, I mean, as far as spiritually, not where anybody could just go and no, I mean, like, listen, to each one's own, right? Everybody should be free to do whatever makes them happy. I'm not saying that the government shouldn't made it recreational. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you have to choose what should be recreational to you and what isn't. And when they put these labels on it, it's just downplaying the powerful energies that it comes with, in my opinion. So to me, it's like it should be more of like they should be honest with the fact that it is a spiritual tool and that you can channel with it and that you need to have an intention. You need to set an intention. And I think that's where people kind of get lost in the sauce with that, and they just smoke it, and now it becomes something that you need to do because you're used to doing it, almost like smoking coffee or anything you start doing. It's not easy to stop because your body starts getting used to it. So then you'll have some type of withdrawal, which is like maybe even like from sugar, right? Or alcohol, or with weed, you don't really get physical withdrawals. It's more mental and emotional, but because it's a habit, but it's one of the very things that is not that bad, as far as using it again and again and again. You could always put it down. It doesn't have a hold on you like other things. And I think maybe that was their whole reason for not I don't know. Well, we know why, right? Because of the money. Everything always resorts down to money. They had to figure out how to make money off of it. But anyway, you take that how you want, okay? I'm not here to judge people. I've smoked weed in my life too. So what the fuck? I'm not saying that. I'm talking on a deeper spiritual, intuitive level. For the right people. That may not apply to everybody. Some people, I know people that just smoke because that's what they've been doing on this whole time, and but it's not sitting on you the same because you're not using it with an intended purpose, and you're overdoing it. Anything could be overdone. So it says you can do things, right? The good book says you can do a lot of things in moderation. Do anything in moderation. Don't overindulge. Because then it's not going to work the same. And anybody, because I know from experience, Anybody that smokes weed, at first, there's, it's like you get all these different things and everything. Like even the colors are more vibrant of the grass or the flowers or smells. Everything is heightened. Sex is heightened. Music is heightened. You start to understand and listen to the music even crisper. Like you hearing every single word, whereas like normally you just kind of subconsciously listen to some of the music and, then the hook and, for example, even the taste of food, drink, so this is something that is a spiritual tool. It's not to be played with. So take it how you want. I'll move on. I am aligned with the universe. Okay? I am aligned with the universe. You are aligned with the universe. So everything I said makes perfect sense to you. It's not that you don't understand it. You understand me very well. I allow my intuition to guide me and make me strong. Practicing listening to your intuition. That's the result of that. And that's such a beautiful thing. I allow my intuition to guide me and make me strong. I am renewed and have peace within my soul. Baby. Death to all the bull crap. And here you are. The rose. You are growing. You have thorns. You have thorns, but you are growing. From old things that no longer apply to you, that are now dead to you. That old way of thinking and being and handling things, that's the old you. You are growing from that. Beautiful, vibrant, bright, where everybody can see it. Everybody can see it. I am renewed and have peace within my soul. Glory to the Most High. Thank you, God. See, let me pull these cards one more time before I finish this, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's just look at, these are crystals. It says, I am thankful for all that nature offers me. That was the first one, right? Crystals are natural from the earth. Then remember, I brought up marijuana, natural from the earth, okay? I do not fear the darkness. You've been journaling, boo. You've been writing your thoughts down. You've been remembering your dreams, okay? Or vlogging. You're doing something to record your journey. I block all negativity on the path before me. Look at this. Because you are blocking all the negativity on your path before you, you are as light as a feather because you are not worried. You are not worried. That's right. I'm so happy for you that you are letting these things that were messing with your head, rolling around in your mind, like mentally disturbing you for years. You are finally like, fuck that shit. I'm not doing it no more. I'm not doing it no more. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. Flare nose and all, I'm done. I welcome the quiet wisdom of the moon to light my inner path. Here's another crystal with some flowers wrapped around here. So this is charged energy and growth. That's what that looks like to me. You are recharged for your next level of growth. Break this all the way down. Okay, clock that T. I will break toxic habits and replace them with healthy ones. Black cat energy. See, everybody thinks that the black cat is bad luck, but the black cat is actually blocking negativity. I will break toxic habits and replace them with healthy ones. The black cat is protection. Okay, that's what the black cat is. You are in black cat energy. And if you don't believe me, Okay, go look up the spiritual properties of a black cat. Do your research. Okay, this is like what's already preset out here. I'm not making anything up. Oh, you got monitoring spirits. I just saw that. Little teeny little mother efforts that don't mean nothing monitoring you. Whether from afar or on your social media or where you live at, it doesn't matter. You're being monitored. And it's okay. Let them watch. But be careful. And be mindful. Be vigilant. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. You know, y'all know, especially for women, us women, especially women of color. We've always been, you know, in a targeted space, you know, but it's time to take a hold and be strong in your spot and not, like you said, I am aligned with the universe. Okay, look at that. That's a broom, right? You're sweeping all the negativity out of your life. Yet again, I am loving this reading. I really am. I'm loving this. I allow my intuition to guide me and make me strong. Look, these are feet. These are high hip feminine energy. Okay. You are stomping on the negativity. You are walking over, okay, the bullshit. I allow my intuition to guide me and make me strong. You are allowing yourself to walk by faith and not by sight. You're allowing yourself to be who you really are. You're allowing yourself to trust your intuition, to trust your spiritual team, to trust God. You are leaning on God more than you ever have in your life. And you're not letting what other people are assuming that you're doing. You're not letting other people that are throwing dirt on your name or trying to get your attention. You're not allowing these people to throw you off course and back to your growth yet again. I am renewed and have peace within my soul. Like, they are so mad right now because they cannot reach you. You are unreachable. Babies, like, people trying to get through and they realize their number is blocked. Like, and then they call again, like, wait, no, maybe it just didn't go through. Maybe, boo, you can't reach collective. You are not worthy. You had your time. You did what you did. It's over with. You are on to such big and better things. I am so proud of you. I really am. I'm so proud of you. You are doing your damn thing. And whatever it is that you're working on, that you're being quiet about, when you pop out, baby, they really about to be really mad. Like, they already mad. They've been mad, but like, you be doing stuff that make them madder. You be making me mad. Good for them. Shoot, they shouldn't have. Why they minding what you doing anyway? They need to be doing whatever they need to do for them. Like, why is it that when you doing you, people be so mad that you're just in your own world, in your own bubble, you're not bothering nobody, you're not throwing no negative energy, you're not doing nothing negative, which usually are the people who get attacked, right? The ones who don't bother or fuck with nobody. There's always one asshole that want to come and disrupt your peace. But you know what? Now that you have your tight bond with God and your spiritual team, and you are just doing more things to elevate yourself and put yourself in a position of power, your spiritual team is not playing with these people. See, before you weren't as protected because you were going through some really deep emotional and spiritual changes. So it's not that you weren't protected, but you were being put in situations where you were so easily targeted, and it was hitting too close to, it was hitting home basically, and you always felt the need to have to defend yourself. But now you're not in that situation no more. You ain't got to defend. You standing 10 toes down. You don't have to explain yourself to nobody. And you do not have to defend yourself because you already know your spiritual team is going to have it taken care of before it even touches you. Where you could see the weapons being formed, but they are so far from you. You just watching it like a movie. And you way at the back of the movie theater, like watching it from like the top row. Just watching it. Like, yeah, Not even close. 5 football, I just heard this. 5 football, 5 football. Why can't, what the hell is that? Oh my God, I'm having like a clueless moment. I'm trying to say the right word. See, and this is the other thing. They're trying to block. People are trying to block you from things that you need to hear, you need to see, that is rightfully yours. Okay. So I'm going to say 5 football stadiums away. Like, you seeing this shit from so far, it's not even up close up on you. Okay. I am confident and can manifest my intentions. Look at that. All love. You are loving on yourself. You have poured into yourself. You are continuously pouring into yourself. And you give yourself the proper love to your adult you and your inner child that is necessary. Because God also, and your spiritual team, your angels, your ancestors, are pouring into you. Your whole spiritual team is pouring into you. Where you have this room, you have this time to love on yourself, to give yourself what you need. It's such a beautiful thing. Bless these herbs with divine light and goodness. You see that? Growth. You are out of the cocoon stage. You are flying around free, light as a feather, loving on yourself, loving your vibrant colors, embracing who you are, embracing your vibrant colors and everything that you stand for and that you believe in, that you are appreciative and grateful. You bless these herbs with divine light and goodness. So I think I touched on something with the marijuana. So I think I'm talking to a lot of people who may blow the tree, and that's okay. Do you? But you need to start setting more intentions. What do you want to see when you're in that state of mind? What do you want to get from it? What do you want to walk away from other than just being lifted in a mental and spiritual way? What is it that you want to know? What is it that you want to experience? What are your intentions? Is it just to get high and escape reality? Anybody could do that. You have to have more of an intention. So you're starting to see the blessings and maybe even teas that you are starting to drink, or or what's in your cabinet, what you're cooking with. All of those have spiritual properties. All of them. So when I hear people say, oh, tarot cards are demonic and crystals are demonic and, sage is demonic. It's okay. First of all, maybe not the tarot cards so much, but where did we get the idea of tarot cards? Because there's nothing new under the sun, right? And how come there can only be prophets in the Bible, but there are no new prophets of today? That doesn't even make sense. Now, are there false prophets? Yes, there are. Are there real ones? Yes, there are. Just like there's good and evil as people. It's just you got to weed out what speaks to you, what's real to you, what makes sense to you, what's authentic to you, and what's not. I may not be for everybody. Sometimes I'm too much. Sometimes people think, look, snagging. Some Sometimes people think that I'm bougie, but I'm really down to earth. And I can be bougie too about certain things. Like my mother called me bougie the other day because I get my groceries delivered. Like, who is doing all of that now? Excuse me, ma'am. You know, no shade to my mother. I love both of my parents very much, and I respect them both very much. Although they're not together. But I will say this, you know, my mother says things to me that, you know, can sting sometimes, or it may, you know, be a little salt and sugar, you know what I'm saying? But she's my mom, you know what I'm saying? She's going to say things that I don't always understand her meaning or feel like it's 100% true. You know, that's just part of being an adult child, right? Not in the sense of I'm immature as an adult, but being an adult that is still in a child's place when it comes to dealing with your mother or your father. You will always be their child, period. Adult or not, right? The thing is there is just to demand your respect and have them respect you, you know, and you, of course, you respect them, right? So that's what makes you an adult. It's just that they're giving you your respect, right? And allowing you to be who you are, you know, and accepting you for who you are, who you're becoming, or who you've become as an adult, you know, and just being okay with that, right? Whatever that may be. Now, the point of what I'm saying is, so she called me bougie or whatever about me getting my groceries delivered, but, you know, she doesn't understand 100%. You know, nobody understands what you go through unless you explain it to them, or they were there piece by piece, or segment by segment by segment, frame by frame by frame. You know, when I lived in my old place, okay, that I was renting from, I had to double park my car. First of all, let's back it up. I had to go to the supermarket, okay, load all my stuff into the basket, then take it out of the basket, put it on the conveyor belt, ring it up, pay for it, put everything back into the cart, walk to my car, put everything into the trunk. Okay, this is when they bagged your stuff. Okay, now they don't even bag your shit, all right? Put everything into my car. I lived on the 3rd floor at the time in a building, okay? I would have to double park my car because I lived on a main street. So everybody and their mother parked because they wanted closer parking to the building. All right. And there was no alternate side parking. Okay. So you only got one side of the street to park on, which fucking sucked. All right. But I did what I had to do. I put in my time. I put in my sacrifice. I paid my dues, right? So I would have to double park my car with my kids, because I have 2 kids, okay? Take them in the elevator with me, leave my car outside, double parked, which could have got smacked, okay? Which was anxiety, all right? Put them on the elevator, slide everything off, okay? Put it by my door, let the kids that were probably like 10 and 5 at the time, put everything into the apartment while I go downstairs, get back in my car, park around the fucking corner, which is maybe 3/4 of a mile, okay, or almost a half a mile. Walk back to the building, go upstairs, because sometimes the elevator wasn't. I wouldn't even bother with the elevator unless I needed it, okay? So I took the stairs all the way to the 3rd floor. We'll have to offload all of that shit, put it away, and feed the kids. Do you really think I'm about to keep doing that shit? No. We don't evolve. So I'm saying all that to say that we don't evolve as people to keep doing the same shit. We don't evolve as people to stay in a struggle and stay in you know, difficult scenarios. That was difficult, but it didn't seem like it at the time. It didn't seem like it was wearing me out. It didn't seem like it was a lot of work. It didn't see, and then this is where I start getting real feminine with it too, because a lot of men don't be appreciating us as women either. Okay, but that's a whole nother thing. But I just threw that out there. Okay, because whether we stay home and raise our kids or not, we are still doing work. All right, so I was being accused because this all stems from people don't like my look. I may not be everybody's cup of tea, you know, because they think that I'm bougie. And guess what? I come from humble freaking beginnings. I'm really that person that really has gotten it out the fucking mud. So you fucking right, I'm bougie. Yeah, damn Skippy, because I earned the right to be. This is not something that was just handed to me. I worked very hard. I made a lot of sacrifices to be where I'm at. And I'm proud of myself. And anybody that doesn't understand that, fuck you and fuck whatever your beliefs are about me. I don't give a shit. It's not even my business. I don't care what other people think about me anymore. And this is the same type of time you are on. So I said all that to say is that you're going to have people say things to you that once used to really, really, you know, or have these preconceived notions about you that it used to, you know, it would bother you. But now you are taking it in such a graceful way. You're not even, and so I said, you know, I was like, Mom, listen, I paid my due. I did all that already. You know, I don't have to, and it's not even like about finances. It's just about working smarter, not harder. You understand what I'm saying? It's about working smarter, not harder. And that's all you're doing by listening to your intuition, by channeling your spiritual team, by having a decent and close, tight-knit relationship with the Most High and your spiritual team. Understand that. And by this, you are breaking generational curses alone just by doing that, by not feeding into the negativity, by focusing on yourself, by growing, by honoring God and giving God and your spiritual team the respect and the dues and the attention that they have been trying to get from the previous generation in your family. How deep is that? How deep is that? The ones who don't even practice what we are practicing today, which is our original spirituality, okay? You are breaking generational curses. So don't let nobody tell you any different. God wouldn't lead you here. Oh, people are going to have their opinions and say it's demonic and say it's this and say that. At this point, you don't even give a shit. You're just going full throttle as you should. As you should. Because you are listening to your intuition. You've always been this person. You've always done things that were unorthodox and didn't make sense to people and were strange or weird, but you made it cool. You made it what it is to the people that know you or, you know, aspire, that you inspire, but they try to act like you don't. But it's okay. I'm not no more inflated ego-wise by somebody being inspired. It makes me more grateful. But you see, people are used to fake people who, you know, they just get, you know, they start, you know, they get all egotistical when people give them praise and say you're an inspiration. This is why you don't see it as often anymore, because that's hurtful. When someone's inspired by you and instead of them showing you grace and encouraging you and feeding off of that energy in a positive way, it's almost like they're selfish with it. You know, they take it and they run with it and they don't even give you your props for being or acknowledging them. So anyway, let's move on. I fill myself with love, light, joy, and gratitude. Ooh, that jumped out my hand. I fill myself with love, light, joy, and gratitude. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So this would be you, and you're filling yourself from here, from the love that God is giving you, from the love that your spiritual team is giving you. I am confident and can manifest my intentions through your spiritual team. This is the love that God is filling you with, and this is the love that you're taking from what God gives you and filling yourself, and you're also giving it to others. Because your cup runneth over, because God is blessing you so much that you don't mind sharing, but it just has to be the right people. Can't just be any old body, because people don't appreciate it. And that's just a waste, right? You are channeling people. Genuine, and it may not be a whole lot of people. It could just be your immediate family, like who's in your household. they are looking at you as their inspiration. Okay? Because you are filling yourself with love, light, joy, and gratitude, and they could see it. They could see how much you're loving on yourself. I let my intuition guide me in all things. Look at that. That's kind of like yin and yang. Shadow self, light self. See that? You are taking the good with the bad. You are changing not just yourself, but the people around you. Because you are allowing your intuition to guide you in everything that you are doing. You are listening to yourself more, which means you are allowing yourself to listen to God and your spiritual team. You're allowing them to lead you. You're allowing it to come to where you're just trusting. You're not overthinking. You're not in your head a lot. You're not wondering and worrying about how things are going to work out. Where's the money going to come from? What time will it be? What month will it be? You're letting all of that go and you're just going. You're focused on yourself, on your family, on whatever it is that you're working on right now. It could be music. It could be just your shadow self, working on yourself. It could be advancing in your career. It could be lifestyle changes like working out, or like I picked up roller skating again, you know. So you're working on different areas. It could be everything I just said, you know, collectively, that you are working on what makes you happy, what feeds your inner child, especially your inner child. You could just be working really, really much on your inner child, like a whole lot, like first, and then all the other things follow, right? Because I mean, realistically, as humans, when you're a growing type of person, you're always working on more than one part of yourself at a time. It's never like one at a time. Like, come on now. We're always working on more than one thing at a time, which is a beautiful thing. So be proud of yourself. Be happy. Be graceful. Be in a space of gratitude for yourself, because you are really doing the damn thing. And you are setting the example in your household. I live a natural and wholesome life. So see this? Now, I know it looks dark and whatever, but that's just because you're not revealed yet to who God wants you to be seen as yet. God is hiding you still in plain sight for your protection. But you are starting to, like I said, the herbal teas, and maybe you even smoke marijuana, but it's all natural things that you are starting to do, or you are studying herbal remedies, or tunics and teas and herbal blends, spiritual bath blends, and just different things you are starting to get into. I'm hearing Dr. Sebi, you know, I'm hearing Yada. I'm hearing, what's the other one's name? Yaki. You know, I'm hearing that you are really starting to take your health serious. You are starting to change, you know, your perspective on what you should be eating, what you should be drinking, what you're putting in your body, because you know that this helps to channel more things for you intuitively. So you're really changing, and you're becoming a better version of yourself. It's such a beautiful, this is such a beautiful reading. This is such a beautiful reading, and I'm so glad that I was able to read it for you and channel this energy for you. I thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors, for this beautiful, beautiful reading. I was going to pull it from, maybe I'll pull just a few more, because it's already at 1 hour and 4 minutes. Like, I could do this all day, but it's not meant to be like that. So, look, 444, when I split the deck, this is one of my favorite numbers. 444, it says culture freedom, which is supreme mathematics. And it says unwavering support from the angels. Angels are supporting you and by your side. Guidance, guardian angels are watching over you and guiding you towards clarity and decisiveness. Success. You are about to, I wrote it so small. You are about to successfully make a big decision. Progress you're about to successfully make a big decision, progress towards your goals, and gain more control over your life. Universe is aligned to manifest your desires. Law of attraction support. Now, where's that other one? I am aligned with the universe. Okay. I allow my intuition to guide me, to make me strong. I let my intuition guide me in all things. So this is an intuitive reading. This is about you being in tune, because our intuition is from God. It's God's gift. Our intuition is God's gift. That is a spiritual gift. So you got 444 because I split the deck. Okay. Now what was at the bottom of this other one? Unbothered as fuck. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is what I've been saying. I can't make this up. I can't make this up even if I wanted to. And then look, 888, which is 4444444. It says build or destroy, which is supreme mathematics for 8. Endings and beginnings, positive changes, manifestation, abundance and prosperity, divine support, strength and resilience, infinite possibilities, harmony within romantic relationships, guidance, protection, encouragement. Baby. Now, how could a beautiful reading like this be demonic? This is like, I don't understand. But I ain't gonna focus on that. Like, that do be tipping my scale sometimes. But I just have to check myself and understand that, you know what? Sometimes God is mysterious like that, you know, and he works in mysterious ways. And you know what? People are gonna have their opinions about everything. People have opinions about the way you look, about the things you wear, about everything. Okay, about the car you drive, about how much money you make, or how you live the way you live, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? People have opinions, and you know what? You can't let them bother you. Can I have one more card, please, Spirit? Because I just kind of went off the top. Oh, wait. They gave me 3. Okay, so this is I yearn for your touch, kiss, and hug. So somebody is missing you. Somebody from your past. To me, it's a distant past. It's not somebody that you like, because you haven't dealt with somebody in seriously in a long time. But if you are in a relationship or a marriage, it's somebody that was distant from before you got with who you're with. Okay, if that makes sense. Family, love. This is what's important to you. This is what's important to you. Because all that other stuff, all the naysayers and he say, she say, and trying to get your attention, and get you and bait you and all that bullshit, you are unbothered with that. Okay? You are focused on building and destroying all evil. Okay? You are focused on culture and freedom. You are focused on your family, your love for your family, your love for yourself, your love for God. Okay, that's what you focus on. And as you should. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, whatever you want to do. No pressure, but pressure, you know, because it helps with the algorithm. It helps get me out there, because I mean, I have been reading for some time. I used to do private, just personal readings. I still am open to private personal readings. My information is on my page, my email address for anyone to contact me. And if I'm not responding, just leave a comment saying, oh, I left you, you know, an email or whatever the case is, so that I can connect with you and give you a personalized reading. So that was a reading for the collective. Good luck. Stay prayed up. Stay protected through God's grace, love, and strength. And just continue doing you, and don't let the haters hate, and continue not to feed into it. Don't let them. Don't let them knock you off course.